The statue's prophecy, short story by JameliaAlicia. A woman with black curly hair and coal black eyes holds hands with her lover. His golden brown eyes and his deep brown hair enlarge at the mysterious movement of the statue. A voice was heard. Can you see what is happening? The statues are moving. Instantly, the eyes of the two lovers noticed as soon as they stared into statues of the Greek gods and goddesses. The two lovers' eyes and clothes transformed as they were no longer standing there. It was as if their souls and bodies transferred and left a complete mystery of words before they could finish their sentence. The voice approached, and soon their voice revealed itself as a petite woman with a hooded sweater. And as soon as the statue emerged, she put down her hood and revealed her deep-set hazel eyes under the glasses. She responds, "What in the living is this?" Before she could possess her emotions, the statue was no longer a singular colour of grey and marble. Instead, it had a foundation of multiple colours, and that made the image look like it was photoshopped. The statue did not blend in with the surroundings of the gallery. It was an alien presence among the ancient carvings and statues of the century. As the woman looked more closely, she could see the deep-set blue eyes of a man and the coal-black eyes of a woman. The blueness of his eyes made the statue look abstract, and the more she looked at it, the more she realised the uniqueness behind the statue. She spoke through her mobile and said, "Reporter for Mary's Gate Gallery in the downtown Washington, D.C. is a statue that appears to be misplaced and shaped." The woman, who was named Silene Williams, aged 38, on the south side of Washington, D.C. She was a spy journalist reporting missing statues and sculptures in galleries across the world. Far away from the absence of Washington, D.C., a gallery is a man and a woman sitting among the hills of an ancient tower. They're looking towards the sky and speaking in a language that is only known as ancient Greek. They cannot recall their existence on earth as a couple. They only remember their relationship in this life and not their previous life. Words exchanged before the couple disappearance, as the gallery were lost to the archives of history and left to the suspense of Silene Williams. Silene Williams had many abilities in the human world, but her ability was to peel away fiction from reality. She was able to see the glamour of the two couples absorbed into the statue. Silene tilted her head slightly. "Yes, you can hear me. You can always. That's the part of the prophecy." She stepped back, examining all four of them as though they were puzzled she was already solved. "Two couples," she said, "bound by love, by fracture, by things you refuse to say out loud." Her gaze flickered to Amira, doubt, then to Kai, deflection, to Leela, longing, and finally to Theo, fear, and the air around her shimmered again, and suddenly the gallery returned, but not quite. The lighting was wrong. The shadows too long, the silence too thick. Visitors walked past the statue, glancing at it briefly before moving on. None of them stopped. None of them saw, except a child paused. She looked directly at Kai, frowned, and she was pulled away by her mother. Silene smiled faintly. Sometimes they almost noticed. She moved closer to the base of the statue and traced the inscription with her finger. "Do you know why you're here?" No one answered. "Of course you don't," she said softly. You think this is punishment or an accident or a cause?" She shook her head. "It's a revelation." The world flickered, and then they saw, not through stone eyes, but through her. The gallery peeled back like fabric. The clean white was dissolved into something vast and endless. The statues, hundreds of them, stretched into a horizon of frozen souls. Some reaching, some falling, some of them holding each other, some alone. All aware, all silent. "This is the world beneath your own," Silene said. "The place where truth cannot move but cannot be hidden either." Her voice softened. "You spent your lives performing love, speaking around it, avoiding it, diluting it." She looked at each other in return. "Here, you don't get to move past it." Kai felt something shift, not in his body but in whatever remained of him. Amira's eyes and stone through were seemed closer now, as though distance itself had changed. Leela and Theo stood opposite them, frozen in the moment that now felt fragile. "And you can stay like this," Silene continued. "Must do. It's easier. Stillness asks nothing of you." She stepped back, her form beginning to blur again. "Or," she said, almost as an afterthought, "you can see each other." The world trembled. Not violently, gentle, like a breathing breath return. Kai felt at first a crack, not in the stone but in the silence, a thought, fully formed, no longer deflected. "I'm afraid of losing you." Amira's gaze shifted just slightly, and then her own true surface, clear and undeniable. "I'm afraid you already have." Across from them, Leela's stillness fractured. "I've been pretending I'm happy." Theo followed. "I didn't know how to ask you if you weren't." The crack spread, hairline fractures in the marble. In silence, in everything that had left unsaid. Silence watched, her expression unreadable. "Yes," she whispered, "that's it." The statue began to change, not breaking, becoming. Stone softened into something like flesh, but not quite. Movements returned not all at once, but in fragments. Fingers first, then breathe. The gallery snapped back into place. Sam rushed in. Light sharpened. Kai stumbled forward, collapsing onto the marble floor. Amira caught herself against the pedestal, gasping across from them. Leela and Theola clung to each other, shaking. Visitors returned. "Are you okay?" someone asked. What just happened? But the statue was gone. In its place, only an empty platform remained, and at its base, the inscription had changed. To be seen is to be known. To be known is to choose. Silene William stood at the far end of the gallery just for a moment, visible only to them. She gave a small knowing smile and then peeled herself from reality and vanished from the dim light of reality and into a real world where people were.